The Nintendo Switch's online service has finally been unveiled. What does it cost? What does it include? And why are some people upset about a certain exclusion that Nintendo says will not be making a jump to the Switch? Capcom is reporting record-breaking sales with a certain game leading the charge, and Coleco on Kickstarter with a new product, and I don't really know how I feel about this. All that and much more in the Wednesday, May 9th edition of RGT News. Let's go!
RGT News coming at you right now. Woo! RGT 85 coming to you with the freshest video game news. Now take it away.
So yes, folks, in case you have not heard, Nintendo has revealed what they will be doing with their online subscription service with the Nintendo Switch. I have made a video talking both about the online service and the exclusion that I mentioned in the intro, so make sure you guys check out those videos on the channel. But just a brief synopsis, it'll cost you $20 a year, it'll have cloud saves, it will feature NES games that you can play online, 20 at launch, and of course you'll be able to play online games with multiplayer and voice chat, but it's not been confirmed whether it is through that app or whether an app will be available on the Nintendo Switch for it. It does say you will need a Nintendo Switch online app, however. Now, one of the big exclusions would be the lack of a virtual console, and Nintendo has said that there are no plans for a virtual console at this time on the Nintendo Switch, which is really a mind-boggling thing to say, but it's definitely something that can be looked at a few different ways. Like I said, I have made a video on both of these topics going much more in depth, so make sure you guys check out those videos if you're interested on hearing more information about that, but I did just want to briefly recap that just in case you missed those videos. Capcom is reporting record-breaking sales, which is actually pretty interesting because a lot of people have felt that Capcom has been in a bit of a financial peril with one game leading the charge, and that is Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World has sold almost 8 million units, which is super impressive for this game. Obviously, the Monster Hunter franchise has had a bit of a cult following, but I guess it's definitely extended into the mainstream audience with a lot of people picking up this game. Resident Evil 7 also had really solid sales figures. Monster Hunter Double Cross, which was a Nintendo Switch Japanese only game, also saw really strong sales, and Ultra Street Fighter 2 is also being reported as being a hit on the Nintendo Switch. So that's pretty impressive, honestly. Capcom called it a smash hit for the Nintendo Switch, so obviously it exceeded what their sales expectations for that game were. And of course, with Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection coming out at the end of May, they'll continue to see more great sales. So it's really interesting how Capcom has sort of fixed some of their problems. Yes, they're definitely having issues with putting games on the Nintendo Switch and the Switch cartridges themselves, but at least they're games that are top quality, games that are actually good, are selling well. So it's good to see Capcom, I guess, doing good, but hopefully they can figure out their issues with the Nintendo Switch cartridges. Sticking with Capcom news, Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection is of course releasing on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch at the month of May, but they've actually added in a new mode that will be available on day one via a download patch, and that is a training mode. Based on feedback, what they've heard from consumers that were interested in the game, some of the consumers wanted to see a training mode for certain games because there's a lot of different types of Street Fighter games on here. There's a lot of different combo systems and whatnot, so it is probably good that they are including a training mode in this game for the following 4 games: Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha 3, and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Like I said, all of those games have some pretty big differences when it comes to the combo system and what you can actually do within those games. So for newcomers to the series, they'll be able to ease their way into it and learn some of the more refined details of these games. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know one of my most anticipated games is a 2D fighter called Blade Strangers from Nicalis. And Blade Strangers just got 2 new characters added, and I am very excited for these characters. Obviously, Nicalis has been working with people to bring in different characters from different universes, and these 2 new characters are definitely welcome additions to the game Blade Strangers, which will release this summer on the PS4, the Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Now, the 2 new characters are Gunvault from Azure Striker Gunvault, who's a really cool character in my opinion. That was sort of a Mega Man inspired game. They gave him a brand new trailer, and you could see from this trailer that the game looks really good, and Gunvault looks really good in this game. He looks like he belongs in this game, and I think it's going to be a very fun character. The other character is from a Nicalis published game that has been available on pretty much every platform and is an excellent game, and that is Cave Story. Quote from Cave Story will be a playable character, and once again, a very creative character to include in this game. I'm really excited for both of these characters. I think this game is just going to be absolutely fantastic. You guys know I'm a big 2D fighting fan, so I'm definitely looking forward to Blade Strangers. I just wanted to show off these two new characters. It looks like they may be announcing some more characters this week for Blade Strangers, so I'm definitely keeping an eye out for that, and you guys should too. A new game has been announced for the Xbox One, the PS4, and Steam, a game called Atomic Heart, and this is actually a really interesting looking game, and a game that I'm probably going to be interested in picking up. You can tell by the visual style that it definitely takes inspiration from BioShock and games like Metro, and I think that's a really cool thing. This game is taking place in an alternate universe of the Soviet Union, and I don't know, it looks very promising. The combat looks really good, the visuals look like a AAA studio title, but supposedly this is a pretty small studio that's putting together this game. There is no release table for when this game will be released, but I'm definitely looking for more information on it. I definitely like the aesthetic of it, the setting of it, and just the pure visual style of the game. I think it could be very promising, so it's definitely a game to keep on your radar because I think it looks pretty interesting. One company that's been a bit gun-shy on the Nintendo Switch since its launch is EA. Aside from FIFA 18, you really haven't seen anything from EA on the Nintendo Switch yet, but it looks like that could potentially be changing. During their latest financial briefing call, EA's Blake Jorgensen said that they expect the Nintendo Switch to sell over 30 million units by December 21st, 2018. So what exactly does that mean? More than likely you're going to see FIFA and Madden on the Nintendo Switch this year. EA goes where the money is. EA goes where the system sales are, and since the Nintendo Switch is selling very well, it's more than likely that they'll put their two biggest IPs on the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, the real question is what other games are they going to bring over, if any? So what games do you expect EA to bring to the Nintendo Switch this year? Maybe some E3 announcements? Who knows? Let me know in the comments section down below. If the Atari VCS is not scratching your retro gaming itch with curious decision making from a retro gaming company, maybe Coleco can scratch your retro gaming itch as well with these new mini tabletop things that they have on Kickstarter. Yes, Coleco. Last time we saw Coleco was of course with the Coleco Chameleon, which they did say in their FAQ, strangely enough, for this Kickstarter project that they are distancing themselves from that. They ended the termination, or they terminated the contract that they had with a third-party company that was using the Coleco license. But yes, these little tabletop arcade units are available on Kickstarter with two different games included. There's a Rainbow Bright action RPG style game and a Robotech game, but in looking deeper into what the Robotech game was, it looks like this is just a straight up port of a Game Boy Advance Robotech game that came out when the Game Boy Advance was the thing. I wasn't able to really find anything on the Rainbow Bright game. I'm not sure if that's an original game, a brand new game, or whatnot, but definitely the Robotech game is available on the Game Boy Advance. Now, if you want to pick one of these up, there is an early bird special of $45 a piece or $85 for the package. And if you wanted to get them a little bit later, you want to see what ends up happening with them, they'll be available for $55 each, which admittedly is a bit pricey, but I don't know. They say there's going to be really hard plastic, so, I guess that's better than real wood. And of course, these games are officially licensed by Coleco. Honestly, though, I'm not really interested in these. They don't really do anything for me. If I want to play that Robotech game, I'll probably just pick it up on the Game Boy Advance. Rainbow Bright, I really don't have any sort of connection with that character, so it's probably a pass for me. But if you are interested in checking out their Kickstarter, I will put a link to it in the description box down below. They're seeking $30,000. They pretty much got that much already. By the time this video is up, it'll probably be over $30,000. So who knows? Maybe they'll do some more games and cooler games that actually interest me. But as it stands right now, it's a hard pass for me. But let me know in the comments section down below if you're interested in checking out these games and if you'll be picking up any of these Coleco little tabletop things. Alright, and that is going to do it for the Wednesday, May 9th edition of RGT News. A lot of stuff to talk about here. Obviously a lot of fighting game stuff on here, but that's a good thing in my opinion. I love 2D fighters, so seeing a training mode available in Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection for newcomers, and of course, 2 new characters in Blade Strangers is just awesome. Let me know what you think of the news in the comments section down below. Of course, the Nintendo stuff, of course, the game stuff, and what you think about that game, Atomic Heart. I think that game looks really cool. It's a game I wanted to bring to your guys' attention because I haven't really heard too many people talking about it, but I think it's a really promising looking game. I'm definitely wanting to see more information on it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget, RGT News is every Wednesday and Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern sharp. There will be a Monday show coming soon, but I don't know when that's coming. But soon. soon. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like button, leave me your thoughts in the comments section down below, and if you really enjoyed this video, be sure to check out all the links in the description box down below. We got Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of ways to keep up to date with the ever-growing world of RGT 85. We're getting dangerously close to 100,000 subscribers. There will be giveaways on the channel, so make sure you guys keep it locked into RGT 85 and check out all the videos. I will be announcing some giveaways very, very soon. Thank you guys for watching the video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.